Hey, I'm Appo Ghost. You probably don't know who I am, which is to be expected considering I have just over 10 subs. I am going to be making theory crafting videos for Outsiders SMP, along with other Outsiders SMP related content. For any people who are subscribed, the 12 of you guys, I apologize for the 3-week gap between videos. I was supposed to be releasing an Outsiders SMP fan song called Anarchy at the end of the month. The guy I was getting to sing it got a throat infection. It will be out sometime in December, hopefully, so subscribe if you want to listen to that as soon as it comes out. But enough with this, we have a couple of things to discuss. Okay, I'm not going to start off this video like I did last, giving you guys another introduction and telling you what Maze Runner and Outsiders SMP is, because if you're watching this video, you probably already know that. If you don't know what Outsiders SMP is, click off this video now. It contains a whole load of spoilers, and go watch the actual series. It's amazing. I recommend you to watch my last video for a bit of background on my theories, but it's not necessary as anything that needs explaining and is related to my old theories will be gone over in this video, and the theories in that video are still relevant though. So we're just going to start straight away, beginning with Owen's arrows stopping as soon as they went over the maze walls. Now this could have been caused by one of two things. The first theory is the sky is a projection. This would have been similar to Kong's habitat at the start of Kong vs. Godzilla, where he's in a limited area with a large reflective dome around him that mirrors the sky. We explain why Owen's arrows just stopped, because they hit a physical barrier. Now the only way this theory can work is if the dome is only over clearings, as the small hooded figure we saw in Owen's Attacked by Someone New video is clearly running over the walls, and we have seen it rain in the maze multiple times. Correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen rain in the clearing yet, but that might just be because I'm not a stream viewer. The other theory concerns magic and the possibility of her not being human. This is explained a bit more in depth in my last video. That person over the wall could be an illusion made by magic to destabilize Owen, and she stopped the arrows because if they hit the illusion, which was likely over the wall where he was shooting, if this theory is correct, it would go through them, and Owen would know it was fake. Now this theory is pretty flimsy and has no real concrete proof like a lot of things in this video. It's just an idea that came to my head because her name is, well, magic. Okay, next thing I want to discuss is this little guy here. Before anyone says anything, this isn't Appo, and Appo didn't pull the lever. There is full explained proof in my last video. The reason I know it's not Appo is A, bodies don't decompose that fast. B, the title of the video isn't I found my best friend's body in the maze, and I've been told by 2 separate Appo watchers that Appo is alive and well. Keep in mind, I'm an Owen and Beck's YouTube viewer, so I may be a little behind on some of this information. Now, Appo could be dead in some other part of the maze, it's just this isn't him. My friend Rocky RP actually suggested something related to that giant thing that Moe found under the clearing. There are lots of theories on that in the previous video. It looks as if it may have been water-based. It may have had webbing between its claws when it was alive. This person may have just been fishing in the maze. The giant creature saw the bait, leaped out of the water, and ate it. And then ate part of the poor person sitting there paralyzed with fear, who would have then died to exposure, hunger, thirst, etc. Would have gone on to kill everybody in the first group. So conclusion, it isn't Appo, we have no concrete proof on anything, again, like everything in this video, yay. Third thing on the list is the small figure Owen saw on the wall. I'm going to separate this into 2 parts, Wallman or not Wallman. Not Wallman first. This could be an illusion made by magic, as I suggested earlier in the video. That was the first non-Wallman theory I had. The second one was this is a figment of Owen's imagination. People can feel like they're seeing and hearing things and sounds when they're under immense emotional stress or pain, which Owen is now. Now, of course, the problem with that is that magic saw it. True, afterwards she claimed not to, but she clearly did. This means this theory is also quite unlikely. Now, I'm going to move on to what I call the more likely theories, and I say that with quotation marks because everything in here, if I say likely, has quotation marks. These have a semblance of evidence, I guess. If you've watched my last video, you know that I believe Wallman to be either Nico or Aaron, the remaining people in the first clearing blood wall that have not come up yet. I am aware of the Wallman's name being Ash. I do look at Twitter occasionally, although I try to avoid it due to spoilers. But it could be an alias or disguise for Aaron, who has no official artwork or missing poster yet, and Nico does. Or they could simply be working with Nico or Aaron or both of them. Nico or Aaron or both of them could have come up before everyone else, and upon seeing themselves alone, climbed to the top of the maze to get a better overview of where they were. Once again, no solid proof. Okay, finally we're going to the book that I call the Now Burn book. If you don't already know, the Now Burn book translates thus. From the point of no forgiveness, travel forward, right, Third left, straight through the jungle, right, and find the path to freedom. Now burn. I don't believe this leads out of the maze. I believe it leads to another clue, which then leads out of the maze. Why? Because it says, find the path to freedom, not there lies the path to freedom or something, but find. This implies that it shows the way to something else, shows the path to freedom. Now, as for the point of no forgiveness, I narrowed this down to two possible locations. Location 1, the levers, and location 2 is backstage in the second clearing. I'm going to talk about the levers first. Okay, first of all, Appo didn't pull the lever. Once again, proof in the first video, yada yada yada. But Owen believed he did, and so did pretty much everybody in the clearing, and did not forgive him for a very, very long time. Then if you go forward from the levers, you can clearly see a jungle. The main problem with this theory is Owen is starting to forgive Appo. It may still be the levers because Owen may be doing something that's not planned by the creators of the maze and whoever put them in there. Finally, I want to talk about backstage, where she killed multiple people. No one has forgiven Beck. Also, if you go forward from Beck and right from backstage, this is in the maze, by the way, there is a Terraria, Hallow, jungle-looking area thing. So this also fits, possibly better than the lever theory. One final thing I wanted to mention, I know that I said the last thing was the final thing, but I lied, is that it's not just a book, it's a book in quill. That means it's likely been edited. I believe the last bit, now burn, and the lava trap were installed by a group that I touched on in the first video. That doesn't want them to leave, but didn't want to destroy the book, for one day they might need it to flee the maze. This might be Nico, Aaron, Ash, Warman, whoever, blah 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 blah. There's so many possibilities. And here there's probably going to be an edited segment where I explain, like, catch up, because there's probably going to be another video coming out in the process of me making this video. Okay, this extra edited segment was not put in the house edit. The episode came out, but instead is put out because I found more evidence concerning one of my theories. If you look more closely at the skin of Warman, it is remarkably similar to Magic's, making me believe that they are their own species, and perhaps they only come from District 13, as Ash and Magic are both from District 13. Second thing I wanted to mention is Magic may know who this person is, and this person may know who Magic is, as the arrows didn't just stop every time he shot. It stopped later once Magic realized she couldn't stop him through words. So that inclines me to believe that this isn't just Warman, this is something a little more, or maybe a little less. And it makes Magic's manifestation theory a bit more likely, or perhaps she just knows who this person is and doesn't want them to be harmed for some reason. And has powers, of course. Okay, continuing the video. Yeah, I lied. I have more stuff to talk about. I literally put the thumbnail of the video Owen released earlier in the video, which means you know I have more to talk about, and I'm talking about this not Appo skull. And yes, I said not Appo skull, because it's not Appo. It is a demon skull, and it is a male demon skull. I will admit both of those facts, but there are multiple things meaning it's definitely not Appo. One, Appo's horns are smaller and come out the front of his head, whereas this demon's are much bigger and come out of the side. Next, his name isn't crossed off on the first clearing blood wall, it's still there in that episode. Furthermore, there's nothing on Twitter about this. The title of the episode, and I hate to reuse old proof, isn't I found my best friend's head in the maze, and there is no armor or weapons or items or anything like that anywhere near the body. Even with the fishing rod skull, there was a fishing rod next to it. And finally, we know Beck is alive from Beck's recent video, and anything that could kill Appo could very definitely kill Beck. They're trying very hard to make it seem like Appo is dead, but he's not. Okay, actually continuing with the video now. Like last time, if you have your own theories or see any problems in ours, please comment below. And while you're there, could you consider subscribing and telling me whether A, applications are still open for the server, as I'm making one either way at 100 subs, because I want to, and how far Owen's videos are behind the streams. It looks like 2.5 to 3 weeks, but I'm not sure. That's all from me. Comment your theories below. If you're on the SMP, once again, tell me if I'm anywhere near close. See everybody next time. Bye.